the streets. Where do they go? To meet the Mets. Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets. All the fans are true to the orange and blue. So hurry up and come on down. 'Cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give them a yell. Give them a hand. And let them know we're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Step right up and meet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life. Because the Mets are really suffering the ball. Like those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the M.E.T.S. Mets of New York, of New York.
Hey folks, this is CP Cards and Dice, and we're replaying the 2019 Mets season using Deep Drive Baseball. We have a pretty good game here. It's Philadelphia. We are in Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia 4 and New York 3. We are in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be McNeil, Rosario, and Davis coming up. And Jared Eichhoff just came into the game, replacing Pavetta. And we're about to get started here. So Jared Eichhoff is going to face McNeil.
We're all in this until the end.
All right, let's get started. Now, the way we work with Deep Drive Baseball is you read 0 to 49 off the batter card and then 50 to 99 off the pitcher card. You read the red, then the white. The green acts as a modifier die. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. I'm rolling 3. It's going to be a 41. That's going to be off McNeil's card, and that's going to be an out. What kind of an out? Off? It's a fly ball to left. McCutchen is out there. McCutchen eventually gets hurt for the whole season, but he's out there in the first couple of months, I believe. And next is Ahmed Rosario. He's 2 for 2. He's got a single and a double. And that's going to be at 81, and that's going to be some sort of an out of 5. That's a ground ball to the second baseman, Cesar Hernandez. And he flips to Michael Franco, who's playing first. It seems like Rhys Hoskins is hurt. So that's all I know about that. Let's see if we get the... And it's going to be J.D. Davis. J.D. Davis is 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out. There's 2 outs. We are in the top of the 6th inning. It's 4-3 Philadelphia, in Philadelphia. That's a 37. And that's going to be an out on JD's card. A 5 is a hard ground ball to the shortstop, Gene Segura, up with it and throws out Davis for out number 3. Steven Matz started this game for the Mets, and he's still in there here in the bottom of the 6th. He's allowed 4 runs. Been through the lineup twice. He's a 9 endurance, so he's been through there twice. Plus he's gone. This is his 6th inning, so this will be it for him. Scott Kingery. Kingery's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. And that's a 57. That's going to be a line drive base hit to left for Scott Kingery. He's on at first. Coming up next is Cesar Hernandez. He's 0 for 2. It's going to be Cesar Hernandez, Aaron Altair, and Michael Franco. So Cesar Hernandez is a switch hitter, batting righty. Let me make sure he's a switch hitter. We don't have him down as a switch hitter, but we do now. Using iScore on a 9.8-inch iPad, using Deep Drive Baseball. All right, that's going to be an 0-6. And that's not going to be it's not going to be a wild pitch opportunity. It's going to be just missed a deep drive. Kingery is a average speed, so he's going to stop with nobody out. He's going to stop at second. That's kind of on my house rule. I usually stop guys unless they're very fast. Then I'll send them to third. But otherwise, I'm going to hold off. I don't want to make that first out at third base. So next is Aaron Alteri. He's a right-handed batter against a lefty. It would have to be a specialist lefty. If there's a specialist lefty, which means the lefty's circled, against a specialist righty, the right-handed batter will get the advantage. If there's no specialist lefty, then he can handle himself against right-handed specialist batters. All right, it's going to be a 53, and that's a deep drive off Matz. So that's tough. But the only deep drive opportunity. But this is off Matz. So he does have a deep drive opportunity here. We're going to see what happens. He did hit one home run in 66 at bats. So it's not rare. So we're going to roll here, see what happens. It's going to be a 73. A 73 is going to be a double. And with two runners on, Kingery is going to score and Hernandez is going to stop at third. And that's going to be it for Matz. So 3 consecutive batters, and Matz is out. He gets pulled. And with Michael Franco coming up, we're going to probably get who do we get coming in there? Paul Sewald's going to come in. So we're going to write him in quickly. Mets are going to have to play the infield in. Paul Sewald. Nope. Yeah, I found him. There he is. All right, Paul Sewald with the infield in against Michael Franco, second and third, nobody out. That's an 80. That's going to be a defense. So we're going to look at that. That's a 68 on defense. And that's going to be shortstop. It's a 3. It's a G6 with the infield in. Let me look and see what that's all about here. Playing the infield in. Slow and hard ground outs result in a runner on third holding, unless they are forced. So it's going to be a 6-3. All runners hold. Hard ground ball to Rosario. Fires to first. Looks at third. Fires to first. And that's one out. Next is the pitcher spot. And the pitcher was Eichhoff. They picked up 2 runs already. Or no, 1 run. But we have second, third, and 1 out. We are in the bottom half of the 6th. So let's bring in the pinch hitter. I have all the players that played in this series already set up. Herrera, I'm going to bring in a lefty. I got another lefty in there, I believe. I used one lefty. Let me see. I don't have another. And I have Nick Williams. Reese Hoskins, I don't think is available. I have another one. I have the catcher. Where's the catcher? Knapp. But I'm going to bring in Nick Williams. I'm going to bring in Nick Williams. So then we got Nick Williams, and then we got Andrew McCutchen, who's a righty. So we're going to keep Paul Sewald in there. I mean, we could load the bases, but then we'd have to face Gene Segura, and we don't want to face Gene Segura because he's got a couple of hits already. So we're going to infield still in for the Mets. That's a 21. We may get lucky here, and that's strike 3. So Nick Williams strikes out with second and third. That's going to allow the Mets to play the infield back now, a regular depth, if you will, with Andrew McCutchen coming up. He's 1 for 3. He's flat out homered and grounded out. Paul Sewald against Andrew McCutchen with 2 outs. Oh, that's trouble. But that actually is going to be a wild pitch opportunity there. wild pitch opportunity. So we're going to go to the pitcher catcher chart. Pitcher catcher chart. We're going to roll again. That's a 97. A 97 says if catcher PB rating is a B, C, or D, or F, it's a pass ball. So B or less. Let's see what Molina's got there. Ramos. I don't know why I was thinking Molina. Ramos, pass ball is a D. So that's going to get by. That's going to get by Wilson Ramos, and that's going to allow a run to score. So Cesar comes in on a pass ball, Cesar Hernandez, going to third on the same pass ball is Aaron Alter. So it's 6-3 now, Phillies, bottom of the sixth, and it's Andrew McCutchen. Here we go again. That's a 97. This is going to be an out. It's lined and caught by Rosario. That's short. Line drive 6, and that's going to retire the side, but the damage has been done. The Phils pick up 2 huge runs and now have a 6-3 lead. Eichhoff is out. He was pinch hit for. We're going to bring in Pat Neshek. We got a we should have Seawald batting right now. And Seawald's not going to bat. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Seawald. So we're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Seawald. Who's it going to be? Got a righty. We got a righty Neshek. Pat Neshek was 0-1 with a 5 ERA in 20 games. Throws right-handed. And he's in there. And Mets are going to bring up Dominic Smith. See if Dom can get something going. So Dom Smith is going to be the pinch hitter. And he's going to face Pat Neshek. And Dom Smith's going to have the advantage. Left-handed batter versus a regular righty has the advantage. So it's going to be a 50-point advantage. Let's see what happens. So it's a 98. That's going to be off the pitcher. But we're going to be able to make that a 98 is going to be a 48. And that's still going to be an out. So there's nothing that could be done there. Nothing that can be done there, unfortunately. Had it been a 67, it could have been minus 50, and it would have been a base on balls. Had it been a 60, we could have gone minus 10. Still would have been a single. Yeah, well, it's a 98, and that's going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's a fly ball right field. And back goes Harper. Makes the catch. Brandon Nimmo's up next. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flied out, and struck out. That's a 38. That's going to be defense. We're going to look at a defensive chart. So we're going to have to roll. You roll a 62. And the 62 is our third baseman. Our third baseman, Kingery, is a 4. That's going to be a hard hit ball at Kingery. Gets it on a short hop and throws out Nimmo. And that's going to be 5-3. 2 away. And it's Pete Alonso. Alonso homered and singled and struck out. So he's 2 for 3 on the day. It's a 45. That's an easy out. 3 is going to be a hard hit ground ball right at Kingery. Up with it, fires the first. 5-3. Side retired. Go to the bottom half of the 7th. We had a pinch hitter, so there's no more Seawald. We're going to have to bring in another pitcher. It's going to be Gagno. I think is how you pronounce his name. Let me find him. Or was it Corey Oswalt? Gotta check that real quick. I think there was Gagno's in there. Yeah, it's Drew Gagno. He's in there. We're gonna have to write him in real quick. All right, he's in there. He's going to face Gene Segura here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-3 Phillies. That's a 28. That's going to be an out. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Michael Conforto drifts over to his left, under it, makes the catch. Bryce Harper steps in the box. That's a 76. That's defense. We're going to look at the defensive chart. A 66. A 66 is a third baseman. And our third baseman, I believe, is J.D. Davis is a 3. So that's going to be an E5. Yep, he boots it. So Davis boots it. E5. So Harper's on an error. And it's JT Realmuto. 77. That's an out on Drew Gagno's card, a 7. We look under the outs. A 7 is a fly ball to right field. Shallow right or medium right. 2 down. Bottom of the 7, 6-3 Phillies. Scott Kingery. Kingery's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Drew Gagno. It's a 37. And that's just misses the defensive range. A 37 and a 2. And that's going to be a comebacker to the first baseman. Will he flip it to the pitcher? No, he takes it himself. So Alonso takes a grounder himself, steps on the bag, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 8th. Pat Neshek is still in there. He's a 1, so we're going to have to pull him because he's got only a 1 rating. And we got a lefty coming up, so that's going to work out. We're going to bring in Adam Morgan. All right, here's Robinson Cano, steps in the box, lefty versus lefty, but Morgan's got the advantage. See what happens. It's a 63, so a 63 is a strikeout. So high heat gets, Morgan doesn't really have much velocity. I think he throws about, his fastest fastball is an 88. So I guess that's a slider, I guess, that gets Cano. Cano's full on the slider, strikes out. Michael Conforto, 41. That's off Conforto's card. A 1 is popped up to the right side. Under it is Franco. Makes the catch. And 2 out now. Wilson Ramos here in the top of the 8th. It's 6-3 Phils. That's a 76, so that's going to be off Morgan. And that's a 3, and that's a ground ball to first. Let's see if he flips to the pitcher, and he does not. Again, Franco takes it himself. I think I may have said Alonso. I'm not sure that I did. Let me double check. Cano strikes out. Michael Conforto flies out. No, I didn't say that. Okay, I was right. All right, so 3 up, 3 down for the Phils for Adam Morgan. Bottom of the 8th. Drew Gagnon facing Cesar Hernandez. In deep drive, you read the red 3-7. Then you look at up to 49. It's going to be off the batter's card. 3-7 is an out. What kind of an out? You look at the 0. It's a line and caught by J.D. Davis at third. L5 if you're scoring at home. Aaron Alturi's 1 for 3. Struck out twice and doubled. That's going to be a 49. That's going to be off Altura 3, and that's a ground ball to the third baseman. Davis fires to first, 2 away, and it's Michael Franco. And that is a 33, and that's an out of 3 is a hard hit ground ball. Nice play by Davis at third. Rifles it to first, and that retires the side. So Morgan went 1. This is the top of the 9th. We are in a save situation. So let's look and see if we have who was it Pat Neshek? He's got 3. But I think we used Neshek already, did we? Morgan, yeah, I think we used Neshek already. Yeah, we did. We used Eichhoff, Neshek, Neris. Yeah, Neris had 28 saves. That's who's coming in. Hector Neris. So Hector Neris is the closer. Going to write him in. We are in the top of the 9th inning. Mets are down by 3 runs. Neris is a right-handed batter. I'm sorry. Neris is a right-handed pitcher versus the lefty Jeff McNeil. Here's the pitch. That's a 22, and that's a strikeout. McNeil only has 2 strikeout numbers, and he rolls one there. Next is Ahmed Rosario, 86. That's going to be off Neris's card. And that's a 9, so that's a fly ball, center field, shallow center. In comes Altair, makes a catch. 2 outs. Mets are 1 out away from losing this game to the Phillies. This is the opening game of a 3-game set. Hector Neris looks in for the sign. Real Muto behind the plate. J.D. Davis. And it's a 0-4 we're going to make it. And that's, a 0-6. It flips over. And that's line base hit to center field for J.D. Davis. So J.D. Davis keeps the Mets' hopes alive. And now it's the pitcher spots. We're going to need a pinch hitter. We got Guillorme. Who else we got? I think we got Darno still with the Mets, I believe. Who else we have? Let's take a quick look. Take a quick look here at who pinch hit for the Mets. It was who's available? Dominic Smith is available. Keon Broxton and Lagares. We're going to bring in Lagares to pinch hit. He's a little bit better than Keon. Keon is a nightmare hitting, so we're going to bring in Lagares to pinch hit. Did I pass him already? I may have passed him already. I don't know. And it's the top of the 9th inning. Mets are down by 3 runs. Mets have 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 5 left on base. The Phillies have 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And I'm looking for Lagares, and I found him. Juan Lagares is going to pinch hit for the pitcher, Gagno. And let's see, Lagares. Should have him somewhere here. There he is. All right, he's ready to roll. Right on first. That's a 28. And that's going to be some sort of an out. That's going to be line and caught by Hernandez, and that's the ball game. So Juan Lagares hits it on the screws, but right at the second baseman. And the loss is going to go to Steven Matz. The win is going to go to Well, it was 3-3, 4-3 in the bottom of the fifth. So I think it's going to go to Pivetta. I believe he went 5 innings. I'll quickly look at the Mets scorebook, see what happened. And yeah, Pivetta wasn't replaced until the sixth inning. So Pavetta's going to get the win because at that point, after that point, the game was never tied. So Pivetta gets the win. The loss is going to go to Mats. Save is going to go to Hector Neris, and the other 2 players who came in with save opportunities are going to get holes, and that's Morgan, Neshek, and Eichhoff. I guess I can give them all 3 a hold, I believe. They're all going to get holes because they all pitched in a close game. It could have been a save, but it wasn't, so they get credit for a hold, I guess. I guess that's the rule. I don't care too much about it. I don't track that anyway. But Mets dropped to 10-7 in losing this first game of the 3-game set here in Philadelphia. So I'm going to I'm not going to celebrate this game. So I'm not even going to send myself an email. But that's it. So the Mets lose it by a score of 6-3. Home runs, I'll tell you right now. Home runs. McCutcheon had hit a 2-run homer. And then it was second and third. 2 runs scored there in the sixth. Only got it was first, then it was second and third. Wait. That's weird. Only 1 run should have scored there because it was a single, and then it was a single, and it was first and second. Then it was second and third. I don't know that was. Let me. 2 runs scored in that inning. That's strange. Oh, on the pass ball. There it is. It tells you right there. He scored on the pass ball. All right, so 1 run came in on a double, and then another one came in on a pass ball. And it was a 2-run solo. It was back-to-back shots in the 3rd inning. 2-run homer by McCutcheon and a solo shot by Gene Segura. So those are the highlights. Basically, other than that, not a very exciting ball game. So that's all she wrote. That's CP Cards and Dice with a short one. And went by pretty quick, and I want to keep it short. Deep Drive Baseball. We're going to set up for the next game. This is the first game of the 3-game set, I believe. And the next game is going to be, I'll tell you who's pitching the next game. It's going to be Wheeler against Arrieta. So Wheeler against Arrieta, and then we'll play 1 more game with the Phils. Oh, no. Wait a second. I must have played a Phil game already. Yeah, I did play a game already. We won the first game of this set. Let's see. Previous game. First game of this set was Noah Syndergaard. He had 2 home runs. And then this game, we lost this game. So this is the last game of the 3-game set. So right now they're 1-1. 1-1. And in reality, Mats got blown out in this game. Gave up, I think, 10 runs in the first inning, something crazy like that. I remember watching this game. It was painful. Steven Matz gave up 8 runs, 6 earned, and didn't get never pitched, not even got 1 out. Never got 1 out in this game. This was a nightmare for Matz. So I remember that game. That was oh man, that was horrific. That's PTSD material. All right, so in this one's going to be Zach Wheeler versus Arrieta. We're going to get Arrieta out. Arrieta has his own batting card, so that makes our life easy. Most guys do in this set. You can try this out for $1. Go to Deep Drive website. They'll PDF it to you, and you just print out the 2 teams, and you can try it out. It's a fun little set. Now I was thinking it's got a little bit of a feel of a Status Pro feel, but without all the charts. It's got 2 charts and it's got a lot of depth, but it doesn't. For some reason, the charts are not overwhelming. Most of the results come off the cards, but it does have that feel of the and it represents lefty righty splits. Interestingly. It doesn't happen all the time. It just happens in certain situations. So Jake Arrieta, I believe that Zach Wheeler also has his own batting card. So we're going to have 2 pitchers that have their own batting card again, which is cool. Zach Wheeler, that's 1. And there's his batting card. So that's good. Here, I got both pitchers out. That was fast. I'm going to set up the game. And that's it, guys. So take care. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, and I'll see you soon. CP Cards and Dice says, have a good night.